Hey there, everybody. A little late on this month's healing and wellness video. I apologize for the lateness. I've really been living into this month's practice before I wanted to bring it to you more concisely as a video. So, what I offer to you this month as something to consider for a healing practice for yourself is the use of flower essences. If you've been following me on Facebook and Instagram, you've seen that I've been saying a lot about flower essences this month. It's something that I've really uh, sort of given my attention to. I've been working with flower essences for years, but I've always had this sense that, like, it was kind of woo woo or it wasn't really real or whatever. So, with the help of my longtime spiritual director and the plants, I finally have sort of broken down that fear or that mistrust that I had around the energy medicine that are flower essences. So, after a month of working with them quite a bit and doing a lot of research, I'm making this video to teach you what I've learned. And I would love to hear your experiences working with flower essences as well. So, one of the books that I've been studying pretty intensely this month is called The Bloom Book by Heidi Smith. And it is about flower essences. And it's just really, really beautiful. The art in it is magnificent. She's a wonderful writer. I highly recommend it. So if you are looking to learn more about flower essences, I think that book is a great companion. Also, the Bach Flower Remedies. I have that book here somewhere. Oh, here it is. This is a great story about how Bach flower essences sort of got started and how to use them, and some anecdotal stories about people who've used the Bach flower essences successfully. Most of us know and have used Rescue Remedy, which is one of the Bach flower essences. So that's something that most of us are familiar with. That's where I started with flower essences, was with Bach Rescue Remedy. So there are some resources for you. I am a big fan of homeopathic medicine, and so I really think of flower essences as a form of homeopathy. Whenever we make flower essences, it's such a simple process. You harvest the flowering tops or the flowers of any plant, and you float them in a bowl, a glass bowl, of water, good clean water. It can be distilled water or spring water. And we float the flowers in the water for 6 hours, 4 to 6 hours. When I was first trained, I was taught this had to be done in full sunlight, like the middle of the day. But from reading Heidi's book and from subsequent classes I've taken, you can make flower essences under moonlight. You can make flower essences during a thunderstorm to get that sort of chaotic, charged energy. It really depends on what you are hoping for this flower essence to do for you, or to do with you, how you want to work with the flower in relationship. That helps you figure out, do you want to do it in the full sun? Is it something that's deep and penetrating, like an emotional wound that you're trying to get to? Maybe you want to do it in moonlight. Are you looking for like a huge transformation and you need a lot of energy for that? Then maybe you want to make it during a storm. So there are all these things to consider. But we just let our flowers float in the water. I try to cover the surface of the water in flowers. And after about 4 to 6 hours, you take out your plant material, strain out the water, and then you add 1/3 brandy or alcohol to 2/3 water in what's called your mother bottle. So that is your mother. And from that, you make smaller bottles by doing the same ratio: 1/3 brandy or some other alcohol, 2/3 water, good clean distilled or spring water, and then 7 to 10 drops from your mother bottle. And that's how you propagate and continue to make medicine from that original mother bottle. So it's a really, really simple process. You can make many flower essences in one day. Um, I suggest doing something ritually loving with those flowering tops after you've finished making your essence with them. Um, I put them in the place on our land where we make earth offerings. You can compost them. You could dry them and save them. Yeah, there's so many ways that you can continue to work with that flower when you're finished making your flower essence. But after you've made your flower essence and you've made your mother and then bottled it in the smaller dosing bottles, which are the 7 to 10 drops from the mother bottle, that's your dosing bottle, then you can do like 2 to 3 drops of your flower essence, maybe 3 times a day, right on your tongue. Or you can put a few drops in your drinking water that you're drinking throughout the day. One of the healers that I work with uses the pendulum to discern how many drops to prescribe and how many times a day. Another healer that I work with, who is very gifted, told me to take 3 to 5 drops whenever I think of it. So like the body would tell me when to use the flower essences. So there's lots of different ways. You do what feels right to you. But the way that the water holds the energy of the flower, it sort of holds the energetic imprint of that flower. So I made echinacea flower essences. Echinacea was calling out to me to be made into a flower essence. And I made the essences for a women's circle that I offer here at the Sacred Grove. And after making the flower essence, I did some research. And the essence of echinacea is very much about integrating the shadow, finding a whole self that we trust and that we know is who we are, that is not vulnerable to other people's opinions, and it's also really toning and strengthening to like the body complete, the whole body, which is also the immune system. And so there were so many things about echinacea that I felt like were really potent for the times we're in. So I've been using that essence and really feeling the effects of that, really feeling strong in who I am and in my sense of self, feeling resilient, feeling centered, and all of that is echinacea medicine. I've also been working with baneberry flower essence. I encountered baneberry or white cohosh or sweet medicine. It has a lot of names, rattlesnake root. When Mike and I were in Milford for our anniversary, and I had never met the plant before, and I was taken with this plant. And then every night we were there, I dreamed of the plant, so I knew it had medicine for me. And so I didn't make any flower essence while I was there, and I got home and I was really wanting flower essence from baneberry. So I went to Delta Gardens website, which is a wonderful producer of flower essences, and I got myself some baneberry flower essence, and I've been using it every day. And it was so strange. The first time I used it, I felt like so settled in my energy, so like my energy is usually up and out. I'm a thinker. My eyes dart around a lot. Like I'm fire and air. But I took the baneberry and I just went like, and I sat for like 20 minutes on the hammock on our back porch, and I just stared. Like there was nothing happening in my mind. There was nothing, like I wasn't getting those typical urges that I have to like, oh, I've got to strain this plant. I've got to do this thing, like I've got to blah, blah, blah. That was not happening. I was like pleasantly catatonic. So it was very strange. I continue to take the flower essence every day, and I am not getting that strong of a reaction, but I'm definitely getting this like settled, like the energy's coming down and in kind of feeling. So yeah, I'm using that one daily, and I'm also using Joshua Tree. So the baneberry I've been taking either right on my tongue or in my water. And then Joshua Tree flower essence is specifically to help like move through trauma that comes down through our ancestry. So this is a spritzer. So I'm really enjoying this actually. I'm gonna spritz you. Better watch out. But you just like spritz it in your auric field, and it's scented with rose geranium, which makes it extra pleasant. And I've also been spritzing my houseplants with it too, and they seem to really, really love that, the energetic medicine, and also the just the humidity, I think, and the mist of being spritzed. So yeah, so there's some of the ways that I'm using flower essences. I would love to hear your experiences with flower essences and homeopathy, like if you've used homeopathic medicines. Torrance enjoying his rubber knife. But yeah, I hope you're all having a great month, and I look forward to hearing your thoughts. Do you want to say goodbye?